The Kent State Wellness Center organized a blood drive in support of students. Find out how in just a bit.
CNN's IMF chief is speaking out today, saying stubborn action is needed to tackle inflation. What central bank is doing to help the economy.
And to fund or not to fund? That is the question faced by House Democrats in legislation regarding policing. The answer later tonight.
You can now purchase personal items of America's favorite Golden Girl. All these stories and more as TV2 News starts right now.
This is TV2 News.
Good Thursday evening, Portage County, and thank you for joining us. I'm Nathan Welsh.
And I'm Alexandria Manthey.
And we begin tonight with breaking news. Students in multiple residence halls have reported concerns about mold growing in their rooms.
And just within the last hour, residents of Eastway received an update from University Housing via email.
The email says most of the issues were dust and dirt on the heating and cooling units. According to the email, 2 students were, quote, offered the chance to relocate so a more thorough cleaning of the room could be performed.
Residents can submit a request for an inspection through a link in their email by Sunday at 5 p.m. To stay up to date, visit kentwire.com and be sure to watch tomorrow's broadcast for the full story. And now we move to a 2-day blood drive happening on campus.
The Wellness Center held the drive in order to raise blood supplies for those in the community. Our reporter Kennedy Gotham has more. Hi, Kennedy.
That's right. Following the blood shortage, many organizations are looking for donors. Kent State staff and students were able to donate today. The Kent State Wellness Center hosted a blood drive with Vitalant Wednesday and Thursday of this week.
The reason why we partner with them is because for every 50 units of blood we collect throughout the academic year, Vitalant will award a $500 tuition scholarship to a Kent State student.
Students, faculty, and staff were able to donate blood, and whether or not students donate, they are eligible for scholarship money from Vitalant.
I mean, it was in our building, so that was, easy. And then I also, I like why we're donating blood for, people in need and that kind of thing.
Students are also able to give back to the community following a blood shortage.
Donating blood because I know there's a shortage and people need it.
I love being able to come out here and talk to the students, educate them about the importance of donating blood, and seeing the lives that they saved and how they impact the community as well.
Vitalant and Kent State Wellness Center are hosting another blood drive in November. TV2 will continue to update you about events like this happening on campus and in Portage County. Reporting from the Franklin Hall studio, I'm Kennedy Gotham.
It's just fun. It's a community of people who may never come together in the same room again, but for one night they're they're united by their love of reading and their support for each other as readers. That's pretty terrific.
Kent State University professor Stephanie Dane-Smith hosted a read-in Wednesday in Taylor Hall. The read-in happened during Banned Books Week, which is from September 18th through the 24th. Students, faculty, and friends read from their favorite challenged or banned books and poems. A cosplay competition and a raffle to win a banned book took place during the event.
The Ravenna Police Association has received an award of $10,000 from the Fraternal Order of Eagles. The money was donated back in August and will go to things like local sports teams, donating food to the Center of Hope, and helping other organizations. Police say donors like these are vital to the success of the association, and they are grateful for the support.
Future elected officials in Ravenna could get an increase in wages under a proposal considered by City Council. The City Council recently learned that the annual salary of council member had dropped below the minimum salary to establish a year of service. Under the proposal, the mayor's annual salary would increase to $73,000 and the council salary would go up to $9,000. The increases will take effect in 2024 and 2026 when the next group of office holders are seated.
The Garfield Local School District is dealing with the aftermath of a racist homecoming invitation posted to social media. The sign read, quote, "If I were black, I'd be picking cotton, but I'm white, so I'm picking you for HOCO." Garfield superintendent said he first became aware of the situation on Tuesday after the student brought it to the principal. The superintendent issued a statement on Tuesday calling the sign, quote, extremely distasteful, disturbing, and inappropriate. Police have been made aware and are investigating.
For those of you at home that love the cool breeze of autumn, well, you're in luck, because today is the first day of fall.
That's right. Today officially marks the autumnal equinox, which starts the fall season. Collin, are we going to be seeing any of those fall temperatures this week?
You know it. As you can see, with a nice cozy temperature of 57 degrees, Mother Nature has graced us with great temps, and we'll find another fall equinox. Hello, Kent State and all of Portage County. I am Collin Lewis, and currently in Kent, you can see, there we go. You can see it is 57 degrees. It feels like 56. Dew point's about 45 degrees, which makes humidity about 62. Now, wind is northwest at 16 miles per hour. I almost got Mary Poppins on the way here to Franklin Hall. I almost got blown away. I could probably fly all the way here. Visibility is about 15 miles. Let's see our northeast Ohio. There it is. All right. As you can see up northern northeast Ohio, it's around low 60s, high 50s. And as you get a little southern, it's still low 60s, high 50s. If we zoom out, you can see Cincinnati's still a little warm at 70, and we can wrap that up. Doesn't that make you want to drink a hot beverage and wear your favorite PJs? Stay tuned to see how autumn continues with a 7-day forecast and more weather updates.
Thanks, Collin. An Ohio doctor is fighting for their patient after Ohio's new abortion law may force them to travel outside of the state to receive medical care. Dr. May Winchester found that the fetus had kidney failure and multiple heart defects. She said if the baby was born alive, it would only survive a few hours. Winchester also found that if the mother would carry the baby to the term, it would put her life at risk. However, the current abortion law prohibits the family from terminating the pregnancy in the state of Ohio.
And an Indiana state judge blocked a law banning abortion for all stages of pregnancy a week after it went into effect. The court allows for abortion up to 20 weeks after fertilization to resume in Indiana. Senate Bill 1 bans abortions with special exceptions to save the woman's life, prevent health risk, and lethal fetal anomalies. It also allows exceptions for some abortions if the pregnancy was the result of rape or incest during the first 10 weeks. The SB 1 was passed by lawmakers in a special session in August, making Indiana the first state to pass a restrictive law against it since Roe v. Wade was overturned.
And pregnant minors from Ohio have had to travel outside of the state to receive an abortion. According to sworn affidavits filed by abortion providers, 2 of these recent pregnancies were the result of sexual assault. The affidavits were filed in Cincinnati as a part of a lawsuit aimed at stopping enforcement of Ohio's strict new abortion law. That law has been temporarily paused, and the date has been extended until at least October 14th.
IMF announced some increase in rates to avoid inflation. More ahead.
Updates on the classified documents seized from former President Trump's Florida home when we return.
The College of Public Health at Kent State University prepares students for careers in some of today's most exciting health fields. Public health professionals impact lives by monitoring clinical trials, advocating for mental health, supporting active lifestyles, and more. The College of Public Health also offers open courses for any major, including its most famous course, Zombie Outbreak. Public health students can even study abroad and are encouraged to join the Public Health Student Alliance. For more information, visit kent.edu/public health. Public health, solving our problems together.
Councilman Shamas Malik has his eyes set on being mayor after officially launching his campaign this past Tuesday. He said he is excited to share a collective vision for a new Akron created by its residents, plans to empower citizens and increase civic engagement in the Akron communities. During his time on City Council, Malik has championed issues of racial equity and inclusion, pushing for solutions to housing troubles, policing issues, and more.
Attorney Sarah Cavour has asked a federal judge to let her run as a Republican candidate for Trumbull County after being denied a spot in November's ballot. Cavour says Ohio Secretary of State Frank LaRose was in violation of the U.S. Constitution when he voted to break a tie. This resulted in Cavour being denied a spot on the fall ballot as a GOP judicial candidate. However, the federal court overruled the decision, and Cavour will appear on the ballots this fall.
And an independent commission in Ohio canceled a pair of debates in the U.S. Senate and state governor races on Wednesday after Republican candidates declined to participate. GOP Governor Mike DeWine and Republican nominee J.D. Vance failed to accept their invitations that had been pending since May. Both Democratic nominees Nan Whaley and U.S. Representative Tim Ryan had accepted their invitations before the cancellation.
You've got a lot of people who have thoughts on this and a lot of different stakeholders. So it's been really constructive. You know, we've worked sitting with Democrats, Republicans, lots of groups that we got the support, which I'm so proud of the two of the major police unions, NAPO and FOP. So we're getting feedback from everybody, and these things take time. But listen, at the end of the day, we're very close. We're in striking distance, and hopefully get this across the finish.
House Democrats passed a package of policing and public safety bills on Thursday. Democrats took up a series of 4 bills as a part of their package on policing and public safety: the Mental Health Justice Act of 2022, the Invest to Protect Act, the Break the Cycle of Violence Act, and the Victim Act. The package's supporters announced Wednesday they'd reach a deal to pass the package this week following months of negotiations.
The Ohio Supreme Court has okayed Poland Township trustee Eric Ungaro's run for state representative as an independent candidate. They issued an opinion today finding that the Mahoning County Board of Elections had ruled unfairly against Ungaro when they denied his run due to a protest letter, claiming Ungaro had not made enough of an effort to distance himself from the Democratic Party. After 99 days of lowering gas prices, that cost could begin to rise once more. On Wednesday, the national average price of gas ticked up almost 1 penny to $3.68 per gallon. This is down from the record average mid-June of $5.02 per gallon. The question remains whether this is just a fluke or the return of pricing trends felt over this past year.
Because an explosion of food and energy prices for those that are better off is inconvenience, for the poor people, tragedy. So we think of poor people first when we advocate for attacking inflation forcefully.
CNN's International Monetary Fund chief warns that central banks around the world have no choice but to increase interest rates in an effort to combat inflation. They join the Federal Reserve in risking a recession to rein in climbing prices. This comes after the significant increase in prices due to the COVID-19 pandemic and Russia's invasion of Ukraine.
Now, some Tesla owners will need to get some repair work done. More than 1 million vehicles are being recalled, according to the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration. Officials say the windows in these Teslas don't stop rolling up and also retract quickly when an object is detected. That could pose a potential injury hazard to people inside the vehicle. Among those affected by the recall are Tesla Model 3s from 2017 through 2022 and Model S vehicles from 2021 and 2022. Tesla says the issue can be fixed with a software update free of charge.
And grab your wallets. Walmart and Target are both getting ready for the end-of-year holidays. Walmart says it will start offering major discounts on popular items like toys, electronics, and home decor in October. Officials also say they've increased their supplies of usual hot sellers like TVs, phones, and furniture. Some analysts say their earlier than usual holiday sales will likely cause other retailers to do the same.
And Walmart will be adding 40,000 workers this holiday season. Retailers are expecting a slower holiday season this year compared to the 150,000 permanent employees from last season. inflation has taken a toll on shoppers, and retailers are overstocked on products such as clothing, televisions, and furniture. Some of the jobs open will include temporary and full-time store workers, truck drivers, and customer call support staff. Walmart raised its minimum wage to $12 an hour last year, which is still below other companies. A 6.8 magnitude earthquake has left 2 dead in Mexico. The quake struck the southwestern coast of Mexico earlier this morning.
Mexico City's mayor has recently spoken out saying, quote, "From the government of Mexico City, we support the family members and extend our solidarity." Collin, what's weather looking like here in Ohio?
Thank you very much. Autumn has not only changed the vibes in the air today, let's look at tonight's weather. You can see tonight at 9 p.m. it's about 53 degrees and it'll cool down to about 48 degrees around 3 a.m. Around midnight, clouds will clear up, but pretty cloudy all the way. Tomorrow, humidity will be about 70%, no rain, visibility will be nice, 16 to 20 miles, with a nice cool temperature of 62 degrees. Wind will not be as strong as today, south-southwest winds with 5 miles per hour, and sunset will be at 7:22 p.m. Our 7-day forecast looks nice. Looks like it's getting cooler and cooler throughout the week. Next week, on Thursday, it's going to cool down to around 59 degrees. Rain from Sunday to Tuesday, and the cool temperatures are upon us. If you ask me, I'm ecstatic about this week's weather. Keep your eyes on KentWired.com and stay in the loop with all of your weather updates and forecasts.
Laughable. That is just laughable. To think that a top secret classified document, literally, that could risk the lives of people who are helping the United States in its defense, could be somehow sanitized by Donald Trump just thinking about it is really ridiculous, and it's typical.
A federal appeals court is letting the Justice Department resume its criminal probe of classified documents seized from former President Trump's Florida home. The intervention reverses a trial judge's ruling that blocked federal investigators' work on the documents. It also partially halts a special master's review that's of a subset of about 100 records, which would have allowed Trump's legal team to see them. However, the special master is able to continue his work reviewing the material seized from Mar-a-Lago.
And the U.S. is sending a message to Iranian leaders, sanctioning its morality police after 22-year-old Mahsa Amini died in their custody last week. The U.S. Treasury Department is targeting Iranian morality police officials, along with a number of other senior leaders, with sanctions, which will freeze their assets in the U.S. and make it illegal for American citizens to do business with them. In a statement, the Treasury Secretary said they condemn this unconscionable act in the strongest terms and call on the Iranian government to end its violence against women and its ongoing violent crackdown on free expression and assembly.
I think we have a big crisis of democracies, of what I would call liberal democracies. Let's be clear about that. Why? First, because being open societies and open and very cooperative democracies put pressure on your people.
French President Emmanuel Macron is warning of a crisis of democracies, including the United States. Macron said this in an exclusive CNN interview in which the interviewer asked him if he was worried about American democracy. He replied saying, quote, "I worry about all of us." The French leader explained that he believes the cause comes from the past few years of increasing pressure on our societies.
The Mega Millions jackpot from months back has finally been claimed. More after this.
The Browns take on their division rival Steelers on Thursday Night Football. I'll break down the game next.
And now, your TV2 Sports Report.
Welcome to your Thursday Night Sports Report. I'm Ryan Shanko, and there's a lot going on right now all over the world of sports, so let's dive right in. We're going to start on the pitch with the KSU women's soccer team, who will begin conference play in about 40 minutes at Dick Stadium against the Ohio Bobcats. The Flashes will likely be dealing with some rust early, as they have not played in 11 days. Their last action coming on September 11th in a loss to number 22 Ohio State. Tonight's game is a rematch of last season's MAC tournament semifinal game, which saw Kent end the Bobcats season. Ohio will be out for revenge tonight as the season really gets going. The Cleveland Guardians have opened up a 6-game lead in the AL Central, and October baseball is close to a reality. Yesterday, they took on the White Sox in Chicago. Let's get into a highlight. And the Guardians, as I just said, welcome back to the fight for the Central, traveling to Chi-Town to take on those White Sox. We get started top of the first inning. Bases loaded as Oscar Gonzalez hits a ground ball to third, but Jose Abreu cannot handle the throw over to first, allowing 2 Guardians runs to score, making it 2-0 Cleveland early. We jump to the third inning and another Guardians run. Oscar Gonzalez gets home on an RBI single from Will Brennan, making it 4-0 Guardians as the White Sox struggle to get any momentum. Now, 4th inning, Steven Kwan drives one back, gets his 5th home run of the season, showing some power on a solo shot to make it 6-0 Guardians. Now, bottom of the 4th, Yoan Moncada trying to get something going for the White Sox, hits a solo shot, but it was too little too late. Josh Naylor here gives Cleveland some insurance on a 2-run blast. That would make it 8-1, and the Guardians win this one by a score of 8-2. Now, it's no secret that the entire city of Cleveland has a bad taste in their mouths following Sunday's self-destruction at home against the New York Jets. Tonight at 8:15 on Amazon Prime, the Browns have a chance to change the narrative around their season against division rival Pittsburgh. The Steelers have been struggling on offense so far this young season, so the Browns will be looking to take advantage of their struggles. Taking this into consideration, give me the Browns at home, 23-17. Now, this has been your sports report on this lovely Thursday evening. As always, I'm Ryan Shanko, and have a wonderful evening and weekend.
You could soon own personal items from Betty White's home collection. What's up for auction and what it will go for.
Just as time was about to run out, 2 winners of the $1.34 billion Mega Millions jackpot have come forward. Almost 8 weeks after the historic drawing, the prize was claimed by 2 people who agreed to split it if they won. Apparently, the winners have spent this past few weeks working with financial and legal advisors to support their claim process. According to the Illinois Lottery Director, the state won too. They stated that the proceeds will go directly to fund education in Illinois.
The golden girl who stole our hearts, Betty White, passed away at the age of 99 on her final day of 2021, leaving behind a legacy of laughter and love, along with more than 1,500 personal items that are now up for sale. The Property from Life and Career of Betty White auction will begin Friday and run through Sunday. Hosted by Julian's Auctions, there's jewelry, televisions, furniture, and even the Presidential Star Award she got from President Richard Nixon. Oh, how about that?
Wow. If I had $1.34 billion, I know I've got a lot of ideas, but what about you?
You know, I might have to purchase Betty White's personal items.
That is a really good idea. Of
Yeah.
course. I mean, I saw some nice stuff in there, and
Yeah, some cat rings. She's got all kinds of animal things. So, did you like Betty White?
I love Betty White. Of course I do. Huge Golden Girls fan. I have a gigantic shirt from Walmart with the Golden Girls on it. I'm gonna have to break it out sometime, wear it to the studio.
Yeah, even when I was younger, you know, I had to watch all our old ladies on TV because, you know, Golden Girls has no age. We all love the Golden Girls, right?
Of course. I personally love the Golden Girls. And I also love estate sales, so I might have to check that out.
Yeah, we might have to go together and then split the lottery money, right?
Of course. That is all the time we have for today. Thank you for joining us.
For updates on all these stories and more, please visit KentWired.com and follow us on social media at KentWired. I'm Alexandria Manthey.
And I'm Nathan Welsh. Have a great night, Portage County.